We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Arizona Cardinals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Blue 43. Beeville. Alaska. Rocket.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for second down. The first carry now. This is Johnson. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. Third down now to follow.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a high.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete to open things up. Jennings was the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Nick Kwiatkowski in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on him. And the pressure gets to him again. Justin Houston in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And the Giants send out their punter now. The Pro Bowler Patrick Peterson back deep for Arizona. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On second down, it's Dixon. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Houston, Beeville.
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Drops it underneath to Dixon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Lucky 56. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
First down carry here for Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Now back to throw. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got this down to the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
Beeville! Houston! Delta! Houston!
Looking to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And New York set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Dayon Buchanan coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They're going to look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Cardinals will take over at their 20-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Austin! Austin! Austin!
On 2nd down, Johnson. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Back to throw here. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He'll look to throw. Underneath for Johnson. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. He can run for it, and he will. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll drop the throw. It's caught. Nelson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw now on first down. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Cardinals on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 19.
Delta!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They get 20 yards there on 3rd and 19 and an unlikely first down. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from the desert after this. They go back to the ground to Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Houston!
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Caught by Nelson left side. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. That drive just seemed to go for an eternity. I could kind of hear our sponsor saying, hey, we need to get our product pushed here. But then it ends in a field goal.
Yeah, how about that? Not enough time for product placement, but plenty of time to get 3 points out of the deal. I know that the guys on defense, though, they wanted to get those products out there. They wanted to stop that drive, just were unable to do so.
New York set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This is Jennings. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set. Green 19.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Alaska!
On the give, this is Dixon. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Patriot! Here we go now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Detroit!
They'll throw now on the final play. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Shepard. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the 1st half. 3-0 our score as the 2nd half gets underway. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check, Patriot!
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Giants on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Beeville! Mathis!
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete here. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking deep for Jet. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play for the Giants on third down. 54 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain block. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
The Giants on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Austin!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Klein. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on first down. Forced out, and he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Mathis.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal.
Set, ready.
He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
Alaska! Alaska!
Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. We still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
A handoff to Barkley. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
The Giants on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. On the ground, it's Gallman again. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now Saquon Barkley.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll run with Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Running left, it's Barkley. Runs through the contact. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Gun!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And the penalty certainly makes things tougher here as they try again. 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me, partner.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the three's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting a three is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep for Jennings. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. So he was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
It's Barkley on the counter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw. And Jennings has it. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 47 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the fourth. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for two and decide it right now.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. First down now, but that clock rolling.
They're probably about one big play from getting into field goal range. I'd go with a 2-deep coverage. Make sure my safeties are back to cover all of the field deep.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And this one incomplete. And all that remains is 13 seconds. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They'll set up a throw. And Ingram holds it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. Barkley. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New York set to take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now a first throw here in overtime. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So that'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
Looking deep, it's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.